All right, we're up at the top of the hill. There's Brother Bud right there, Brother Rich right there. And what Brother Bud and him has been doing, this is our brand new. It ain't new no more, but this is by far, I think, at least one of the best laser levels that we had. The one you bought out here was pretty good too.
Yes, sir.
But
that's a nice one. That's a good one.
This is a good one. This is we usually deal with the Bosch, but this is a Stabilo. This is a German made level right here. And I don't mind telling you, the learning curve on this one is a hell of a lot more steeper than the one on Bosch. Same concept and everything applies, but this is a pretty sophisticated level. Don't mind telling you that. See, made in Germany. So if you know it's made in Germany, it's definitely a hell of a lot better than America. Oh yeah, and there's the individual remote unit right there. You can control things by it. It's just, and the legs are even a serious upgrade from the Bosches or whatever you use. But anyway, what we have here, and if I get these numbers wrong, Bud, you tell me. This is our metal building. We purchased this metal building early part of this year?
Yes, sir.
And it took, 3 months for it to get here?
To finalize everything and for them to make it? Yes, sir.
And of course, what we're doing out here is we're trying to make sure that we literally upgrade our operation. See, we've been living in what we call a primitive state, or operating in a primitive state for so long that now we have an option to be able to make the yoke easier, the burden light. Would y'all say that's a good statement?
Yes, sir.
Yoke easier, burden light. When we have this and we're able to put, you know what I mean, a lift in here for working our vehicles, plenty of room, plenty of headroom, more space. We're not compacted. Wood shop behind that, living quarters behind that. Right here, this is a 40 by 80 steel building. And of course, what you're looking at right now is always the important part of everything, which is the foundation. You can tell just by looking at this building right here. And Brother McNabb and Brother Nate, what they're doing is they're sitting guide, I'm gonna call them guide levels to make it easy for y'all out there. In other words, a lot of times when you see people doing concrete, floating concrete, they'll strike it and they'll try to, strike it and get it within a 1/4 inch tolerance or whatever it is as they go along down the line. And what do you have these at, Brother Bud? 14 feet?
Yeah, 13'4" in between them all.
Okay. And our striking post is like 16 foot long. I don't see it, but it's around here somewhere. And that gives us plenty of room. And these right here will help keep us on level. That's what these are designed to do, to keep the building level. Now, I have not seen any buildings. I mean, yeah, the way we're doing it, people may not like it, but we come up with this some time ago, and it always seemed to work. What do you think, Bro Rich?
Yes, sir.
And
It worked real well.
I've seen buildings where they've done that normal floating thing, and then I've actually went through and put a level on it, and it's concrete, it's down, but it ain't.
It's not flat.
It's not flat. So we're gonna stick with this old traditional way right here. As you can see, there's an extraordinary amount of rebar in this building. This 1/2 inch rebar, 2 foot on center. That looks a little bit shorter than 2 foot.
18 inch.
Oh, 18 inch on center. And as you can see, the overkill, the straightway continues to run on. We got 5/8 rebar running the length of the perimeter around here. In other words, this building is gonna hold a lot of weight. A lot of weight. An extraordinary amount of weight. When you look at this, it's probably gonna shock you with the amount of actual concrete that there's gonna be. They're slated to be. What did your calculations come up to? How many yards?
I cannot remember, Shepard. I hadn't looked at my paper in a while.
I can tell you right now that we're easily going to be out over $5,000 in concrete easy on this. That's easy. And that's just right off the top of my head without looking. We're probably north of 7,000 on this.
Yes, sir.
More.
Somewhere, but I never refigured what.
I don't know what happened, but as I was saying, we're probably north of $7,000 worth of concrete in this building right here. But it's well worth it because we're able to get, and we're going to be able to get our equipment out of the weather, which if you can do that and keep it lubed and greased and stuff. And that's just something about human nature too. You know, whenever you're inside of a building, believe it or not, you actually work harder than you do on the outside. I don't know why that is, but it just is. You know, I guess it's because it's more comfortable or whatever it is. I don't know. But, you know, to actually be inside of a building in the wintertime, inside of this building right here while working and stuff, it really, truly makes working a pleasure. And believe it or not, to remove human effort and stuff, you're able to maintain your equipment better. But not only that, when you look to see how much it'll help clean up the land, when you don't have equipment all out all over the place, and then of course the building is nowhere near done because where you see them standing at, and all this has to be contoured because from where that black truck is sitting at and that brown truck, this whole area right here has to be concreted as well, because we have to build this up in such a way to be able to drive our equipment in, and the pad has to be sturdy enough to be able to hold setting equipment. You know, we have a big old tractor, deuce and a half, backhoe. I mean, and the beat goes on, and the beat just goes on. But once this is done, this is what I love about it in the old straightway fashion. When it's done, and it's ours. It's finished and paid for. Over there, on the other side, you see the crest over top of that hill right there. That's the other part of our garden at the top of the hill. And of course, down through there is our famous pond that's stocked with bluegill. And that reminds me, now that I'm looking at it, I got to be able to get with that cat again. How about I'll just leave it up to you and then we'll just pan from there. I'm getting too distracted. I got too much going on, and plus I'm going to be gone for a week.
Give me a check.
But this right here, this is a lot. This is going to be a lot of work. I'm going to go down the bottom hill to make sure that Annie can actually reserve them for us. Hopefully she can. Because you're right, 2 trials, it'd be nice to have 3. I don't think they got 3 good ones.
Yes, sir.
I really don't. But, hey, they're doing pretty good. Brother McNabb.
Yes, sir.
Every time you come to a community, you seeing something different and learning something new, huh?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about this process right here?
Tedious. Very, very important part of building is the foundation as far as squaring goes, and preparation for the concrete to be poured. Very, very tedious.
Foundation.
Yes, sir.
And it's just like, I'm going to end this video on a good note right here. It's just like going to the bathroom. It ain't done till the paperwork's done. Y'all blessed day. Shalom, King coming. Also, one other thing that Brother Bud was speaking to me about when you look at this building right here and the amount of money, because we often talk about, you know, sometime about how much money we're putting into things considering the prices today. But when you look at wood prices, there's no way we could build this building with wood.
No,
There's just no way.
no.
For this
it would
price.
probably be 3 times as much.
Brother Bud told me that right now, looking at the metal building, based on what we end up getting it for, and then all this rebar, the rock, the wood, to frame it up, cost-wise, what we're going to be?
45,000 maybe, under that I do believe, around 45,000.
And for a 40 by 80 building, that is some kind of building. Brother Rich has got his mind working up here and said it adds up close to $13 a square foot.
Is that about right?
That's something.
I'd use
That is something. I got to have a calculator myself personally. But I tell you, you can't build it. And you know the reason why? That when you think about this for a second, a building with the foundation done right, somewhere south of $45,000. You know the reason why it's not costing upwards 80, 90, or 100,000? Because we're doing the work ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, a building like this, you can almost count whatever the cost of the materials were, add that much in labor.
Easy.
And you pretty much got the reason why people are motivated to get out here and get to work. I mean, if you can make $40,000 and frame up a building in 2 or 3 weeks, man, that ain't a bad paycheck, isn't it?
That's good pay.
That's good pay right there. You get a workers, maybe 5,000. You get about 5 workers, maybe 3 workers. You get them about $3,000. That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
They be happy at $2,000 in a month, but $3,000 on this job, and then you as the guy that put it together, you keep the rest, and then try to bank up some more money for the next official job. I tell you, it's gonna be some room. So we're getting our operation ready, anticipation for everything else is going, because not only this, but whatever we do here at Straightway. And by the way, I'll let y'all see our nice little fancy fence up there. See our nice little fancy fence? Whatever we do, we try to also make sure we're a benefit for the communities as well, and hope that the communities can learn from this. So anyway, there you have it. I tell you what, hey, McNabb, that particular level right there works every time you pick it up, though, don't it?
Every time.
It ain't like the other ones that you got to keep moving around and doing all this and all that. It works every single time. That's one thing about them Bosches, man. You got to sit them and go up and down, up.
They've got a large window of error
Yeah.
of how many degrees off they'll get. Yeah.
That's the reason why it don't halfway work sometimes.
That's why your readings are. You go back and check it again, and now it's off because you had a couple percentage of error, and this is a whole lot higher quality machine.
I don't mind telling y'all that this machine right here was like I think $1,859, something like that. $1,850. I mean, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna tell y'all something, the truth. Anytime you see a machine that has that name on it, I don't care if it's a level or if it's machine, it says Stabilo, you get some high quality stuff. And you're gonna pay for it now, but you get some high quality stuff. But I mean, if your job is worth $20, then buy a $20 level. You understand what I mean? Hey, that's just the way I see it. All right, shalom, shalom.